Hey guys, I'm Evan. Welcome to Country View Acres. So today, as you can see, is just a miserable cloudy day, and it rained last night. There's a chance of rain today, so I'm not exactly sure what we're all going to get into. But one of the jobs we need to do next is going to be to trench from the workshop over to our house back here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the backhoe on, put it back on the tractor. That way I can at least, if I don't get to it today, I can at least try to dig a little bit every night after work this week. So the backhoe attachment has a frame that goes underneath and pins under the tractor, under the engine, and then it also hooks on to the pins where the 3-point arms are. So if you look at the back of the tractor, you can see the 3-point arms are off right now, and this is where they normally hook, and that's where the backhoe attachment is going to hook in there in the back. So if you look at the frame, you can see the front of the frame here. This is what pins underneath the tractor right there, and then you see these hooks right here. This is where you drive backwards into it with the pins from the 3-point arm. So first thing I want to do is I just want to back the tractor up close and get it within a couple inches of those hooks. And then we'll be able to hook up the hydraulic hoses so that we can actually raise this up and down a little bit and line everything up. So this will be the first time I've ever done this. So wish me luck. Trying to make sure everything's perfectly straight. So this hydraulic hose is where you connect up the backhoe, and this either has to be connected to the backhoe or connected together. You can't leave them apart from each other. So now we'll take the one from the backhoe and we'll get it hooked up. There's one, and there's two. So now I want to get the back of the frame lifted up so I can get those hooks lined up with the pins for the lift arm. So I could do that with these, with the outriggers, or I could do it with the bucket. See what we can do here. I think the outriggers are definitely going to help me level it. I'm going to go ahead and push the bucket down. Oop. All right, I think I'm close enough where I can back into those hooks. Very close. I actually think I'm a little too high. So, a little lower on that one. I think this one needs to go up. There we go. Let's try that again. Aha! I think we're in. So now I need to get the frame to be able to lift up and pin under the tractor. So to do that, I think I'm going to lift up the outriggers, and then I'm going to use the bucket of the backhoe so that I can lower this end down, but yet still push backwards so that the hooks stay in right there. And as this comes down, this should go up. Now, see if I can let this backhoe backwards. The way I got that, the way I went fast there, the way I got that bucket on the tooth, I think is helping me stay backwards. So you got a couple big pins that are going to slide in there and lock the front of that in place. And then there's also a couple pieces I think that need to flip up on the very front of the frame. This will be really hard to film, so I'm just going to go ahead and put these in. So the last thing to do is to clip in the top link. I think that's just going to give it some rigidity. Probably the frame itself that's under there does a pretty good job, but this probably helps a little bit. And we'll just go ahead and tighten it up. So for the first time mounting the backhoe on the tractor, I think that went fairly well. So I did watch Tony's tractor adventure on how to take the backhoe off before I took it off the first time. And once I kind of saw that video and saw how it went together, I was able to just drop this off on the ground in probably 5, maybe 10 minutes. And it went really smooth. And once I understood how it all works and see it come off the tractor, it was definitely a lot easier going back on. So I think the worst part about this, if you wanted to take the backhoe on and off the tractor, is it does hook where your 3-point arms are. So you have to physically take off your 3-point arms and you have to put that back on. That's probably the most time-consuming part of it. The other day when I dropped this off to work in the garden, I just wanted a smaller tractor and use the loader, so I never even put the 3-point arms on the other day. So it was really easy to hook it back up today. But we're gonna go ahead now. I think we're gonna head up to the shop. We're gonna get this greased up because we've got about 120 feet of trench to dig with this backhoe to get that power ran to the house. Now, like I said, it looks like it's about to rain. I don't know if that'll happen today, but it'll happen probably this week. All right, I put on my greasy gloves. I've got a few pairs that's just made for greasing the tractor. There's actually quite a few grease zerks on this backhoe. Zerks. Somebody's gonna say I didn't say it right. I got a speech impediment. I always say like wash or whoosh. Which one's right? I don't remember. Whatever one sounds good that day. So to get all the grease zerks on here, you actually need to move this around a little bit. There's like one on the end of each cylinder. I can't get that one. I need to show you something. So I've got the lock and lube on the end of my grease gun. It locks onto the grease zerk. And this is the short one. I also have the long one. There's a lot of times this won't get in where you want. So I'll show you this. I've got one of these right angle adapters. It's really hard to show. Like that, right? So then I can take that. I'm gonna snap that onto the grease gun. And now I can get in those tight spots. And I definitely need one for these cylinders. So you can see there's no way for me to get in there and line up. So just snap this on. And there we go. Definitely need that on these cylinders. There's also another one up under here. These right angle adapters don't work the best, but they get the job done. Oh, see one I missed down in that bottom hinge. Once again, I'm going to need the right angle adapter. Only problem with the right angle adapter is that it gets stuck on there pretty darn good. Well, this right angle adapter got stuck down here in that one, and I was trying to get it out. I put a crescent wrench like right under it and tried to pop it straight up, and it ended up snapping the grease zerk off. I've taken this apart. I've got the grease zerk out of here. Now I need to replace the grease zerk down in this bottom hinge pin down there on the left and right swing of the backhoe. So there you go. That's my first breakage on the tractor. I broke a grease zerk. I've got a whole bunch of them. Hopefully I got the right size. So I've got an assortment of different grease zerks. I have both metric and standard. And honestly, everything pretty much uses metric, except for the old antique tractors. That's about the only thing I use the standard ones on. So I've got the right size to put in here, so easy fix. Well, it turns out I could actually get my lock and lube in there. I didn't need to use the right angle adapter, so I just ended up just causing myself a bunch of trouble. So it seems like when you grease any of this equipment up, whether it's a tractor or a wood chipper or a baler, one grease gun seems to never do the trick. Seems like you need some with different lengths. Sometimes I need one that's got a very long end on it so that I can get through a PTO guard and get the PTO greased. Other times you need one that's really short for like instances like this where you need to get in at a certain angle. But then the lock and lube's nice to have because when you lock it on, you know that you're gonna get grease inside of it. It's not gonna like shoot out around the edge like the normal one that comes with the gun, right? And makes a huge mess. So I think, it seems like I've got 2 grease guns. I think I need a third. I think I need 3 grease guns, 3 different ends for when I'm greasing up equipment like this. It just seems like I would have one for every situation. But at least it's greased up and it's ready to go for when we start digging this trench over here. So Rebecca's gonna be here in a few minutes, and we're gonna run off to the farm store, especially since it's gonna rain. It's gonna be the perfect time to leave when you can't do anything outside. So the solar has been running on batteries back here with the new EP Cube. It's been running on batteries for the last 2 days. Every time I've got up in the morning, it's been showing 99% charged in the morning. It's only really running 2 freezers, maybe one of the lights on the garage door openers, but it seems to be running just fine, no problems. I don't know about that state of charge, whether 99% is truly accurate. I would have thought it would have drained it a little bit more than that, but it's working. We just got to get it trenched from over there to here so that we can really give it a load, and then we're gonna actually see if it'll start our air conditioner before it's over with and run everything in our house. At least that's the thing we're gonna try out. And what else is going on? The baby ducks, there's still 3 baby ducks. Checked on them this morning, so they're doing fine. The other one, still haven't seen any new ducks from the other mama duck, so hopefully we'll have some baby ducks from there soon as well. Because there's just not a great chance that all of them will survive, so we'd like to have at least a few, ducks make it and have more out here. And why do we have ducks? They're truly just entertainment. I know people ask us why we have ducks. They're just entertaining to watch out here, and they bring in the wildlife. They really do. So when I went to start filming this video this morning, a blue herring landed out here, right on that old diving board over there. And there's geese, there's other diving ducks. It just brings in all these other birds. Maybe not the herring, he's here to fish, but and he'll be very disappointed because we don't have very many fish. But it's amazing how many ducks and other birds can sometimes be out here. We've had up to maybe 50 wild birds out here on the pond, and I think that really I think the ducks kind of help that, and it gives us something to watch. I mean, this is why we moved out here to the country, right? Is to be able to enjoy nature, and we can sit here, we can sit here on our back porch right here, and we can watch these ducks, and we can watch all the other wildlife that come out. So that's the reason we have them. It's just purely for entertainment's sake. But I think it's starting to sprinkle again. I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.